Thank you for joining me today for yet another unboxing video. And today we have more Starfinder RPG goodness from the people at Pazio. Today we're going to be talking about Starship reference cards. So we have Starfinder Starship Combat reference cards. Let's flip this over. Captain to the bridge. Put the rules of Starship Combat for the Starfinder role-playing game at your fingertips. Whether you're a game master who needs a convenient reference for running Starship counters, a player who wants summaries of the crew actions your character can take, or a newcomer trying to learn the ins and outs of Starship Combat, this 110 card deck features concise guides to the essential concepts of Starship Combat from the Starfinder Core Rulebook, Starfinder Character Operations Manual, and Starfinder Starship Operations Manual on handy double-sided cards. Stop flipping back and forth through rulebooks, grab the cards you need, and keep your Starship Combats running smoothly. Again, this is brought to you by the great people over at Pazio. For more information, go to pazio.com/Starfinder. The retail value of this is $22.99. So let's crack this bad boy open and see what we got on the inside. And again, what did they say? We have 110 cards. Try to get them all out. There you go. Let's take a look at this. We've got 2 stacks of cards. So we'll start at the beginning. This is a licensing agreement, and of course they give you all the different icons that you will need to know when utilizing these cards. So right off the bat, you have the different positions. You have a gunner, magic officer, pilot, science officer, captain, engineer, and chief mate. Now, when you look at that, when you look at these and you flip them over, there's information on the back with the icon there, letting you know what their denomination is. So let's take a look at the chief mate. It says the chief mate assists characters in all other roles on the ship, making the rest of the crew's jobs easier and allowing them to accomplish more in their primary duties, since they no longer need to focus on physically manipulating machinery or equipment. As chief mate, you act during the same phase as the crew member you wish to assist that round. You can take the following actions: hard turn, maintenance panel access, manual realignment, targeting aid, 6+, you have to be 6+ rank, maximum speed, 12+ ranks, and skill acrobatics, athletics. And more information about this character, you go to Character Operations Manual, page 146. That's your chief mate, engineer, the captain. Your role in combat is to encourage the crew while taunting enemies into making critical mistakes. A starship can have only one captain, and you can assume that role only if it's currently vacant. The captain alone can act in any phase of combat. You can take the following actions: demand, encourage, taunt, orders, moving speech, and skills, bluff, diplomacy, and intimidate. Again, you have to go to the core rulebook for page 316 for more information about the captain. And so you have the science officer, the pilot, the magic officer, and again, the gunner. So as we continue on with that deck, I'll put that on this side. Again, we have lots and lots of cards. It says crew action, minor crew actions, push and resolve, captain orders, push, taunt, encourage, demand, moving speech, fly and maneuver, stunt, push and pull power, pilot. Again, up top are the icons. The icons, again, that little handy dandy card I showed you before tells you what all these icons stand for. And then there's all types of information about, again, what stunt is, what full power means. And again, if you need further explanation, you can go to core rulebook page 324. So you got pilot, you got more pilot, gunner, stuff for gunner, the engineer. Again, there's science officers. Again, chief mate, all kinds of stuff. Gunner, again, gunners, magic officer. Now, when you flip these cards over, there's even more information on the back. So, gunner, deploy drone, precise targeting, fire at will, shoot and broadside, precise targeting, fire at will, push, shoot and broadside, science, recall beacon, ECM options, improve countermeasures, lock on, target system, scan results, scan, balance. So again, this is all things that are taking place on board the Starship itself. Again, the captain, demand, magic officers, engineers, chief mate, once again. Changing roles, here we go. You can switch between roles or assume a role if you don't already have one, but this change must occur at the start of a round for the engineering phase. You can switch to the captain or pilot role only if that role would otherwise be vacant, or if the character in that role is unable to take actions. Crew actions. You can take one action, usually defined by your role, per round of Starship combat. Certain actions require a minimum character level or number of ranks in a certain skill, and non-player character crew members are assumed to have a number of ranks in the appropriate skill equal to the Starship's tier. Class features and items affect crew actions only if specifically noted in that class feature or item. If a Starship's tier is less than 1, treat it as 1 for the purpose of these calculations. So there you go. So on one side you had minor crew actions, on this side it just tells you what crew actions are. Right? And that's one set of cards that we have. And then we have more goodness in this stack of cards. Again, we're talking about minor crew actions. Stunt. Here we have different phases. The engineer phase, the helm phase, and the gunnery phase. So let's take a look at that. The engineering phase. The engineers on all ships, if present, each take an action to repair the Starship systems or give them a boost. These actions occur simultaneously, so they can be resolved in any order. The helm phase. Lots of information. Each Starship's pilot attempts a piloting check. The pilot with the lowest result moves their Starship first, followed by the next lowest until all Starships have moved. This check is repeated each helm phase. If a Starship has no pilot, that Starship acts as if a pilot had rolled a 0. If there's a tie, the pilot with fewer ranks in the piloting skill must move their Starship first. The two pilots roll another piloting check and compare the results if there is still a tie. Several other officers, chief mate and science officer, often act during this phase, acting immediately before or after their Starship's pilot. Then we have the gunnery phase. The gunners fire their Starship weapons. Starships fire in the same order in which their pilots acted during that round's helm phase, but the effects of damage are not taken into account until the end of the phase, meaning that all Starships can fire, even if they take enough damage to be disabled or destroyed during this phase. Once all the phases have been resolved, if there are still combatants engaged in a fight, the next round begins, starting with the new engineering phase. So then we have movement, turns, weapon class, armor class, range and arc, taking damage, more critical damage to sensors, weapon array, engines, power core, and then go to navigation, travel times, integrated control module, repairing starships, starship challenges, armada basics, attacking, critical damage, morale, armada officers, bonuses, admiral, chief caster, chief engineer, chief technician, commander, critical damage, living starships, starship weapons forward, starship weapons port, starship weapons starboard, aft, turret, magic officer, open actions, open actions, open actions, open actions, open actions, open actions. If I flip these over to this side, again, more information on the back of these cards. You just have to look at what you're looking for. Minor crew action, snapshot, quick rescan, harvesting shot, glide, lay mines, stuff that you can write in on. Living starships, duel, scan, how to scan, boost, enchant, precognition, rally, taunting, range, changing roles, morale. Let's see, critical damage. Roll 1d6 to determine which system receives critical damage. Auxiliary systems, communications, engines, shields, weapons. Roll twice and apply both results, ignoring 6s and duplicate results. Attacking, movement, rounds and phases, experience, repairing starships, sensors, travel times, overview, standard travel time. Again, what a critical hit is. Critical damage to the power core penalizes all engineer actions except to hold it together and patch. Especially severe damage penalizes other crew actions as well. Glitching. A glitching system isn't operating at peak performance. Engineer actions take a -2 penalty. Malfunctioning. A malfunctioning system is difficult to control. Engineer actions take a -4 penalty to the engineer can't perform push actions, and all the crew actions take a -2 penalty as well. Wrecked. A wrecked system is minimally functional. Engineer actions automatically fail, and all crew actions take a -4 penalty. There have critical hits again. That's what these say. Critical damage to life support. Critical damage to life support penalizes all captain actions. Glitching system isn't operating peak performance. Captain action takes -2. Malfunctioning. A malfunctioning system is difficult to control. Captain actions take a -4 penalty. Wrecked. A wrecked system is minimally functional. Captain actions automatically fail. So we talk about, so there it was life support. Now we're talking about sensors. Also, you know, the wreck system, nothing works. Malfunctioning is the same, -4 penalty. Glitching is the science officer takes the -2. Weapon array. The arc gunner's actions take a -2. Arc gunner takes a -4, and of course it's wrecked, you can't use it. And for the engines, again, the pilot action takes a -2 penalty. Malfunctioning takes a -4. Pilot takes a -4 penalty. Of course, if it's wrecked, it minimally functions, and of course the pilot automatically fails. You got critical damage, location and condition, taking damage, arcs and quadrants, target lock, gunnery check, movement, and movement. And again, some of the beginning cards, we didn't look at the back of them, so real quick. The glide, harvesting shot, swift kick. I think we did actually look at this, but visual identification, back off, barrel roll, evade, flip and burn, flyby, slide, turn in place, ramming speed, escort, flank, and run interference. There you go. So there you have it. These are all the cards that are included in, and that concludes our unboxing for Starfinder, Starship Combat Cards, reference cards. Again, thank you for watching this unboxing video. If you enjoyed our video, please give us a like, or of course leave a comment below. You could also connect to our and take a look at our and save to our sorry, I got the hiccups here. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. If you'd like to follow us, click the button, and we'll send you out information as to when the next unboxing video will be available. Again, as always, thank you for joining us. Be safe, be well, and enjoy the remainder of your day. And we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.